And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Wednesday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets.
And for their matchup with the Magic, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
So here's Miami's starting group. In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. At the 2 and the 3, it's Butler and Winslow. And it's Dragic in at the 1. And for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid.
And one issue for the Heat for years now, inefficient shooting.
Well, young players are learning how to defend, so you need to do that first. But if you can't go down on the offensive end and you can't find ways to dig out of holes by shooting the basketball, you get down 10 or 12 points. Defense sometimes isn't enough. They've been the bottom third in points scored for quite a while.
Back to Winslow. Butler deciding where to go with it. 5 to shoot. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Very steady in-between game there for Butler. You don't want to let him get too many of those.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Dragic against Simmons. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Now here's Dragic. And just about a minute into the first quarter.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Free throw dropped for Goran Dragic.
Well, when it comes to free throws, Dragic is just money from the line.
And Goran Dragic drops them both. We're about 1 minute into the first. Embiid, the pass to Richardson. Poked loose. And Butler, here we go. And it's sent back by Horford.
Swatted by Horford. In terms of interior defense, Al Horford up there amongst the top.
Dragic against Simmons. Dragic dishes to Winslow. He kicks it to Butler. Over Richardson. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, he wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Simmons on the wing. He's guarded by Dragic. Embiid against Winslow. Embiid, no good. Outside Butler. And so the ball's out of bounds. Winslow touched it last.
Yeah, that's a tough one, Kev. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Embiid finds Simmons. Pass to Horford. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And it's blocked. Winslow with it. Out guarded by Simmons. The kick out to Dragic. Pass to Olynyk. Winslow with it. Just 5 on the clock. Butler from outside. Butler missing again.
Yeah, not really much of a flow offensively yet. Only 1 of 4 from the field.
Passes it to Embiid. Outside, Simmons. To end the drought, dishes it to Horford. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him Average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
The starting gate, opening night in the NBA, Brent. What are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin. That talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams, and teams that have made changes, what are they playing like now?
What's their chemistry? Exactly.
Let's find out how they're going to play this year.
There's Winslow.
Oh, he's a bit of a tweener defensively, but I like the effort there from Tobias.
That's tipped. Simmons passes to Richardson. Simmons dishes to Richardson. Well, last season, Josh Richardson just exploding for the Miami Heat. Brent, as you know, he was their top scorer.
Well, he's a great three-point shooter. The 3-and-D aspect is what drew the Miami Heat coaching staff to what Josh Richardson was capable of doing. Now he's going to do that in Philadelphia.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
Heroes checked in for Jimmy Butler. And the second free throw, good.
If you look at Miami's future and it was inside a crystal ball, that picture's got to be a bit foggy at this point. They've been in the middle of the pack for a long time, but taking a chance this offseason and bringing in Jimmy Butler as their lone star, we'll see if that recruitment process pays off in some ways for Miami to reestablish some of their culture.
Embiid, and no good, had a chance to take the lead there.
Kev, I know it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
Here's Dragic. On the wing, Winslow. Again, the miss by the Heat. You know, it seems like every year, Miami is barely making or barely missing the playoffs. So, Brent, you're right. They've been close.
They keep it competitive. I just don't think there's a way in which Pat Riley will ever let go of the rope that way and tear down the rosters. There's just too much pride, too much competitive fire here for them to do that, and it's not the way that Miami's going to go.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Outside Dragic. They need this one. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Dragic has got 5 points so far.
A nice job from Goran Dragic there to take the jumper in the face of some pretty good defense there and still nails it.
Now the pass to Richardson. Lays it up and banks it in.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Dragic looking it over. Simmons with the defensive effort.
When you are wrapped up that tightly in the mid-range, you are better off just moving the ball.
Yeah, that's one where you hope if he gets in there the next time, he makes a different choice.
And Harris wide open. He shoots from outside off the mark. Miami's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Olynyk can't hit. Philadelphia has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Dragic against Simmons. Top of the key, Harris. Again, Philadelphia.
Working tirelessly on the stroke. Tobias Harris trying to find consistency with that shot.
Inside. Dragic gets the bucket. He has 7.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
And it's Simmons penetrating. Got a hand on it. Winslow against Harris. And stolen by Simmons. And the basket is good. And the 76ers lead by 2.
And when Simmons is inside, forget about it. He uses his skill and smarts to take advantage.
Here's Hero. Guarded by Simmons. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Heat have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. The first free throw is good. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And here is Waiters. Clock at 6. Johnson kicks to Jones. Here's Hero. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Hero's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
Great use of the bounce pass. Thumbs down on that one, Kevin. Tough to defend against.
Harris against Jones. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Harris.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and Boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
So he gets them both. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
Here's Bolden. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Bounce pass, Smith. Simmons against Johnson. And Simmons slams it in.
What breathtaking quickness by Simmons. So good at blowing by whoever is brave enough to try to take him on.
Now here's Waiters. Jones finds Waiters. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
On the wing, Harris. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harris has got his second basket of the night.
Well, Tobias just going strong that time.
Pass to Johnson. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
And checking out some numbers for Waiters, some last season stats for him. Put up about 12 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
And he makes the first. He's off on the second.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Releases from the wing and drills it. Waiters got 5 points so far.
This is Dion Waiters right here. He's just a guy who loves to take shots from anywhere on the floor. Don't be surprised with the next one.
Here's Simmons out to Smith. Over Waiters. And it's Smith missing. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Trailing by 2. Jones the pass to Leonard. Here's Hero. Beyond the arc. Bolden pulls it in. Simmons feeling it out a bit. There's the dish to Harris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
He's a good free throw shooter. Tobias Harris smartly looking to get in there and find some easy points from the line.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Harris.
I feel like Tobias Harris's confidence has grown over the past couple seasons, especially on the offensive end. Very capable of taking advantage of smaller defenders.
Mike Scott's checked in for the 76ers. And Harris drops them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Here's Hero. Guarded by Simmons. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Jones. That one goes. Count it.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Waiters. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
I don't think he even saw the defender. It didn't matter. Waiters up to the challenge.
Well, Dion Waiters, the epitome of a player that can shoot you in or out of a game. Very hit or miss night to night.
Yeah, the thing about Dion is he's got a very short memory, Kevin, so he'll continue to fire it up there and try to make an impact in the game offensively. You're either on Waiters Island where it's full of life on nights where he's hitting it, or it's completely deserted and there's no point in going.
Free throw, good. Waiters.
Well, we know about him being the 4th overall pick in the draft, and Waiters still trying to find a role on this team.
Harris. Good D by Jones. The Heat trail by 3. Waiters finds Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Here's Simmons. Rebound by the Heat. Now here's Waiters. And the rejection by Smith. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Here's Hero. Guarded by Simmons. From deep. And that one released in time, but no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. 76ers ahead, leading by a point. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. You learn about Jimmy Butler, a difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind off everything. It always made me smile. I had no cares in the world when I was shooting.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Simmons and Smith are your 1 and your 2. Harris is out there with Mike Scott. And it's Bolden in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And he can't get the first one. Brandon, this next question culture we're in, what comments do you want to hear from players who have just lost a game and facing disappointment?
I like the humility aspect of this question, Kevin, and the thing that I listen to most from players who get it, they'll compliment their opponent first. Something had to happen where the opponent did something enough to beat you on that night. So you don't say that we did all these things. Give the opponent credit first. Secondly, players who shoulder a massive amount of responsibility, they'll say that they could have played better first. And that takes and deflects everything away from their teammates. And then they'll talk about what they're looking forward to most, and their challenge is we'll get better tomorrow. We'll get better next game. And that they know there's room to grow. Those 3 things are pretty impactful.
Well said. Butler with the ball. Back to Johnson. Waiters up top. Clock at 4. Here's Butler. Scott pulls it in.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Johnson kicks to Waiters. Simmons pulls it in.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Butler dishes to Johnson. Outside Butler. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got his third assist on the night.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Outside, Simmons. And the rejection by Leonard.
There's some good commitment from Myers Leonard on defense there. Gets his hands up and swats that one away.
Waiters passes to Johnson. Butler on the wing. Shoots. Trying to get open is Johnson. And it's Butler missing.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive. That edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. The 76ers have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Harris. Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Bolden. Horford comes in for Mike Scott, and it's Richardson in for Simmons. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Leonard. Kelly Olynyk comes in for James Johnson. Winslow's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Dragic in for Waiters. And Harris drops them both. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Outside Dragic over Smith. Misses off the left iron.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
And Butler, here we go. Count the basket.
Yeah, and Butler just can't be stopped. I mean, even when the D knocks him around, he keeps his focus on the basket.
And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
Free throw, good Butler. And maybe not the biggest name in free agency, but Jimmy Butler, definitely a star player on the market.
A handful of teams were very interested in him, expressed interest in playing for Miami, and got his wish via sign and trade. We'll see if he can make them a contender in the East.
Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greg, he's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
There's so much inside of Josh Richardson that is yet to be tapped into. An athletic shooting guard who can play both ends of the floor.
Butler finds Adebayo. Now here's Dragic. No good from outside.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Dragic against Smith. Pass to Embiid. 6 to shoot. And here's Richardson outside. Knocks down the three ball. Richardson's got the lead up to 7 now for Philadelphia. For Miami, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. It's taken away by Smith. Down low. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop.
The combination of size and speed of Tobias Harris. When he gets going, hard to stop.
Dragic against Richardson. Dragic kicks to Winslow. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Smith on the wing, defended by Butler. Smith outside. Richardson for 3. Rebound by Butler. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Miami. 6-point game. And he gets the bucket. 9 points for Goran Dragic.
Yeah, Dragic was not going to be denied on that possession. A fiery competitor, and they needed that bucket.
Harris outside. Feeds it to Embiid. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Justice Winslow.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
And the first one drops.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
And Embiid drops them both. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
Philadelphia leading by 6. And they double up Embiid. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. They'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Wednesday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets.
And for that game against the Hawks, it's going to be an all-out battle.
2 shots.
And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line. And here's Dragic. He's got 9. Outside Butler. Good work defensively by Horford.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And the shot goes in from Embiid.
Such a solid and unique big man in today's game. Horford's passing skills and ability to find the open teammate is very special.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Winslow wide open. He fires. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
Winslow's jumper coming along, a great sign for the organization to see his improvement.
Ball's knocked loose. Embiid dishes to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Horford. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup. Horford's got the lead up to 9 now for the 76ers.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Olynyk the pass to Winslow. Pulls it up. And too long on the shot.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Smith outside. On the wing, Harris. Shoots over Winslow, and Harris gets it to go on the assist by Smith. 18 points for Tobias Harris. Dragic finds Winslow. Dragic against Richardson. No good from Dragic. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 16-7 run. Smith the pass to Harris.
Well, he's a capable shooter, but I like the initiative there from Tobias, taking it inside, forcing the defense back, and drawing contact.
He's gone 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
And he has been really good here at the free throw line in the first half.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter, and if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage from there.
Miami grabs the miss. Knocks it loose. Here's Butler. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Embiid.
And just no question that Butler is a bona fide star. I mean, a tough, rugged defender who's also a juggernaut on offense.
That free throw good from Butler. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the 76ers. Simmons comes in for Zaire Smith. And so Butler nails both of them.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
And O'Quinn kicks to Simmons. Shoots from the baseline. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
How about the activity of Simmons, mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult on the opposition? So good at getting steals.
Simmons against Dragic. Outside Butler. Over Richardson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
That free throw good from Butler. And the 76ers making a change here. Scott's checked in. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Miami. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Philadelphia leading by 9. Pass to Embiid. Here's Richardson. He's got 8. He dishes it to O'Quinn. 4 on the shot clock. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Outside Dragic. The pass to Johnson. Over Richardson. Miami no good on that time either.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Jonah Bolden's checked in for Joel Embiid. Then for the Heat, Waiters comes in for Goran Dragic. And Hero subbed in for Jimmy Butler. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Waiters against Simmons. Shots good by Waiters.
Able to create some space with the bounce, something Waiters can do.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. O'Quinn dishes to Simmons. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night. The Heat trail by 10. 1:19 left here in the second. Here's Waiters. Rebound by the 76ers. Bolden's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. No good from Simmons. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Waiters inside the 3-point line, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Poked away. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Hero passes to Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, the defender caught out of position. Leonard recognized it quickly and took advantage.
It's his first trip to the line.
And going back to his performance at the line last year, guys, 84% as a free throw shooter.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
One of the better free throw shooting bigs in the NBA. The challenge for Leonard as he develops is to try to get to the line a few more times.
Jones checked in for Miami. Leonard hits them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Here's Richardson. The shot will not fall. Excellent D there from Waiters. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Leonard the pass to Hero. 17 seconds left to play here in the half. Miami no good on that time either.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Here's Richardson. Yep, that one goes in there. Richardson's got 7 points for the quarter.
Awesome seeing Richardson get a little tricky with the ball. Some fancy moves there.
Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Philadelphia 76ers. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
We played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tobias Harris was red hot to start the first. He had 20 points and 1 rebound. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Tobias Harris taking us to new levels, Ernie. He's productive, efficient. He's a better rebounder now, too. His arrow is pointing straight up.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. The Heat trail by 10. On the court for the Heat, the backcourt, Dragic and Butler. In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. And it's Winslow in at the 3, the small forward. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
You know, the way Butler handles himself in the paint, it really impressive. Just kind of out-muscles and outworks anything the defense throws at him.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The 76ers leading by 7. Now Simmons. Pass to Richardson. It's blocked. They recover it. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. That's good from Simmons.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
It's stolen by Harris. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
Dragic finds Butler. Knocked away and stolen by Horford. Simmons against Dragic and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Heat. They trail by 14. To halt the run, and no good that time. Simmons with the defensive effort.
That's one for their first four to start the second half.
Pass to Embiid. Kicks it to Harris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This will make 5 trips now to the free throw line for him tonight. First free throw is good. And so he hits both. So it's Miami now. It's a 16-point game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
A nice shot by Winslow.
Well, Winslow makes that shot, and it makes his team that much more dangerous.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Horford kicks to Simmons. Lobbed up there for Embiid. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Now a timeout called by Miami.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
So a moment now to see the story on Goran Dragic. Last season's performance for him averaged about 13 points a game last season, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Now here's Butler. He's got 14. Olynyk trying to break loose. Butler, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Richardson the pass to Horford. It's tipped, and he recovers it. Richardson, no luck. The Heat trail by 15. Embiid with the steal. Dragic against Simmons. And Butler sends it back.
And the length of Butler, it can be a real problem. You've got to respect his reach. And this is a guy who can block shots from the wing.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Smith checked in for the 76ers. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Harris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Justice Winslow. That one is off. And he's good on the second. The Heat trail by 16. Outside Dragic, and stolen by Harris. Here's Simmons. Goran Dragic grabs the board. Dragic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Butler against Harris. Butler finds Adebayo. And Embiid with the block. Simmons inside. He's guarded by Dragic. Simmons the bounce pass. Harris inside the line, but he gets it back. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Yeah, and checking out some stats here for Ben Simmons. Coming off a terrific season. 6th in assists, 15th in field goal percentage. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everyone involved. Philadelphia leading by 16. Harris dishes to Smith. Passes it to Horford. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Simmons. Goes back up. And it's Dragic with the rebound. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Heat. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Olynyk the pass to Adebayo. And Embiid with the block. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
With the combination of strength and size, Simmons throws it down with ease.
Dragic kicks to Winslow. Outside Butler, and there's the pass to Olynyk. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Philadelphia shooting 43% for the game. Here's Horford. No good off the back of the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Winslow finds Adebayo. Here's the floater, and it's sent back by Horford.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Fourth, Joel Embiid.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
That's good from Harris. Some changes for Philadelphia. Scott comes in for Joel Embiid, and Jonah Bolden subbed in for Smith. And a new group in for the Heat. Leonard, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk. Jones checked in for Goran Dragic. And Hero subbed in for Butler. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And the Heat call time here.
Yeah, his shot is just not there tonight, guys. And instead of trying to shoot himself out of the slump, maybe he needs to start moving the ball around and creating for his teammates.
There's Winslow. He's got 8. Pass to Hero. He kicks it to Johnson. Trying to end the drought. The shot that time not on target. Good work defensively by Horford.
Well, the veteran James Johnson has been in the league for quite some time now, and he's had a few different stops. You can't deny the fact that James Johnson has some incredible talents shooting, handling, controlling the offense from that point forward position. He does a really nice job and has found a home here in Miami.
Clock at 6. Leonard dishes to Winslow. And it's sent back by Horford. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Dion Waiters checked in for Winslow. To the paint. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for Johnson now, over a decade of service time in the NBA. Brent, that's some great veteran leadership.
Great veteran leadership, great experience to draw from, but finding a home in Miami, case in point, last year for the Miami Heat, James Johnson was elected the team captain. So nice to see some of that hard work obviously paying off here in terms of the respectability of James Johnson.
The first free throw is good. And Harris drops them both. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Waiters, and it's blocked by Simmons.
How about the balance and body control? Simmons able to send that one packing.
The 10-footer. Count that bucket. Simmons got 9 points now in just the second half. Heat shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. And the Heat call time here.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And the 76ers making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats for Tobias Harris. Last season, he played outstanding. He put up about 20 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 20-5 run here. Outside, Simmons.
Can't give Simmons a lane like that, especially in these pick and rolls. He is able to thread the needle.
Waiters outside, steps back and shoots. That's tipped. And now Philadelphia on the break. Harris has got the ball. Excellent D that time from Jones.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Harris passes to Simmons. Trying to find Scott. Gets it to him. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 5th assist in this one.
And with off-the-charts awareness, Simmons makes plays that others simply don't see.
Hero passes to Johnson. Dishes to Waiters. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Outside, Simmons. Leonard against Harris. 5 on the clock. Over Jones. Good work defensively by Jones. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Heat. 1:53 left in the third. Waiters on the wing. Guarded by Simmons. Waiters finds Leonard. Baseline J on the way. Basket counts. Heroes got 4 this quarter. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Harris looking it over. Over Waiters. Harris misses. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Johnson, the pass to Waiters. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the third. Bolden pulls it in. Bolden's got his 6th rebound on the night.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Waiters passes to Hero. And here's Jones. Johnson outside. Shot clock at 5. Waiters against Harris. Some solid defense from Harris.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Heat shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. Waiters with the ball. 11 points in the game. Pass to Hero. Miami no good on that time either. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. 76ers ahead, opening up a huge gap. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Korkmaz, Mike Scott out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Ennis, and it's Neto in at the point guard.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
The 10-footer, and that one drops. And that's 13 points for Dion Waiters. Philadelphia shooting for the game at 42%. Neto kicks to O'Quinn. Back to Neto. And bird rights an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if a player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture. Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had one in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Here's Korkmaz. And here's Ennis. It's stolen by Jones. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Now Johnson. And O'Quinn sends it back.
Good reach by O'Quinn, getting to the shooter and reading when he was releasing it.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Free throw drops for Ennis. It's tough to get a unified feel on who the league MVP is. Which element, when you're looking at the MVP, matters most to you?
If we talk about that, Kevin, I always think about the MVP ends up being the guy that helps you get 6 to 8 unexpected wins. That's who I look to. So in this past season, what it was that Giannis did, not only with Coach Budenholzer coming in to Milwaukee, the stylistic change that they went through, and then the shouldered responsibility of Giannis to be the initiator to that much change in one season. That's why last year I feel like he was the most valuable player in the league. Even though eye-popping numbers were coming out of Houston again with James Harden, I go back to Giannis and that massive amount of change and him being the guy that shouldered it all.
That's a great answer. Dragic gets the bucket.
Well, that equals his three-point total from the first half. He had one before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
Tipped away. Here's Neto. He's guarded by Dragic. Passes to Ennis. 6 to shoot. Doesn't go that time. And Miami the other way now. Here's Haslam, and it's blocked. And here's the fast break. Scott leading the way. And the dunk by Scott.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Outside Dragic. With the shot. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Waiters dishes to Dragic. Good ball movement here by Miami. Aslam the pass to Dragic. Here's Okpala. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And the pass to Neto. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yeah.
So sign me up
with
for that job.
With courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted. And I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about
the game,
the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. And it's the Heat on the break. Shots good by Waiters.
Got to keep track of Waiters here, especially when he starts to leak out like that and wants to attack you early in transition.
Pass to Scott. No good that time. And the Heat going the other way now. Shots good by Waiters. And it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Scott finds Neto. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Outside Dragic. And a miss there on the triple.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
To the middle. The shot's good from O'Quinn. O'Quinn's got 6 in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Haslam kicks to Dragic. Waiters inside the 3-point line. The shot misses. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Neto surveying the floor. It's Korkmaz in the corner. No good on the triple. Miami's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, receding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Mm-hmm. The first one falls. Jonah Bolden's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Leonard, he's checked in for the Heat. That one misses. The Heat shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Dragic with a wide open look. Drills it from outside. Dragic has got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, after hitting a 3 earlier in the game, he now has 3 threes this half, guys.
Here's Neto. He's guarded by Dragic. Neto with the bucket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Here's Okpala, and again, Miami with the triple.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
The 76ers have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Here's Neto. He's guarded by Dragic. Now here's Ennis. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Scott fires the three. Robinson pulls it in. Miami's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Kicks to Dragic. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
Philadelphia's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Burke, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And Miami also making a switch. Heroes checked in for Goran Dragic. Here's Ennis. Pass to Neto. Here's Korkmaz. Back to Neto. 5 on the clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Another miss by Philadelphia. And the Heat shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Got a piece of it. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And he drops it in from the low post.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Passes it to Okpala. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need, and need to be complete as people.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Miami's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Philadelphia.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Ben Simmons.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way too.
That's good from Hero. And so he makes both from the line. Philadelphia's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Neto. The pass to Burke. Shot clock at 6. From deep 3-point range. The shot off that time. The Heat go the other way with it. Leonard with no one around. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Becoming dominant in the catch and shoot, Leonard has really polished up the mechanics on that jump shot.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Here's Bolden, and it's sent back by Leonard, and he's able to get it back. Pass to Burke. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's Ennis. Another miss by Philadelphia. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight with dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.